Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today we are going to answer the questions what cycle is ending or what cycles are ending and what am I opening up to. So what new cycles will be coming in, maybe even just manifestations coming in, whatever gifts, good things are coming into your life we will be looking at. So today we have 4 different piles. I decided not to shuffle anything yet. I just chose the 4 different oracle decks. So if you want, you can just pick by which deck you like most. We have the Spirit Animal Oracle. We have the Moonology Manifestation. We have the Work Your Light. And we have the Moonology deck, the oldest one, I think. Now, we also have 4 different crystals to pick from. So if you prefer to choose by crystal, these are the ones to pick from. We have the Lapis Lazuli for pile number 1. And this one has some gold in it. I really love it. For pile number 1. Then we have the Tiger's Eye for pile number 2. We have the Apatite for pile number 3. And last but not least, we have a beautiful red crystal that I don't know the name of. Or at least I think it's a red coral, but I'm not quite sure. So if you do know what crystal this is, you can definitely comment it down below. I just borrowed it from my boyfriend that received it as a gift, and he wasn't quite sure what it was. But I love the energy of it. So I wanted to use it for a reading, and that's what I did. So this red stone will be for pile number 4. Now take your time and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And yeah, I'll see you there. Hello, my lovely pile number 1. If you chose the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be your reading. So now I actually did make the piles. We have 1 for the things that are ending, the cycles that are ending. And we have 1 for the new things entering your life, the blessings, all the good stuff coming into your life. Now let's take a look at the ending things first. So what do we have? And I hope my camera decides to focus a little bit better. There we go. Maybe I hope this is going to be better. So the first one we have is Stag Spirit with Take the Lead for the things that are ending. We also have Dog Spirit with Be Loyal to What You Love. We have Lizard Spirit with Dream the World into Being. Damn, my camera is having a lot of trouble today. There we go. Dream the World into Being. We also have Almondine Garnet with Lessons in Blood. We have Amethyst with Expand into Wonder. We have Apple with Forbidden Fruit. And we also have the last one for the ending cycles. And this is dwangmatigheid. This means compulsion or maybe a little bit of a neurotic behavior. So these are the things that are ending. Now, what does this all mean? I think I'm going to talk about these a little bit first before we're going to look at the things that are coming into your life, just to make it a little bit more clear, clean, understandable, because all that information at the same time might just be a little bit too much. Now let's start with the Animal Oracle with Stag Spirit, Dog Spirit, and Lizard Spirit. With the Take the Lead card, I feel like within your family you might be someone that always wants to help others, always wants to help out, always is the one that makes decisions. You are very good at taking the lead in a lot of situations, maybe even at your work as well. But it might look like, with the compulsion as well, that you might have some issues letting go, or at least You want to control things. You have the desire to control everything in your life. And this might get a little bit of a better of you. This might get the better of you. But these cycles are ending. So you are finally embracing the fact that you can control everything. And maybe you might be learning that it's okay to let other people decide or to let other people take charge of the situation. With Be Loyal to What You Love, we can also see that you care a lot about your family. You care a lot about your job. You're a very passionate person. But it does look, because you have some issues with control or with wanting to do things for yourself, maybe not even letting other people help you, it might seem that you are overworking a little bit, or maybe you're just spending so much energy on just making sure that everything is perfect. And you might be a little bit scared that there might be something wrong, or even when there are little things wrong, it's very hard for you to let them go. Yeah, and with the Lessons in Blood, with the Almandine Garnet, we can kind of see that you care a lot about your family. Like I said, with Take the Lead, maybe you are the person that takes care of your family or that arranges things within your family. For example, you might be the one that's best in translating if your family members don't speak the same language as the country that you're living in. It might also just be that you are the one that's the healthiest in the family or has the most money. So you take care of those responsibilities for you, your siblings, and maybe your parents as well. Maybe you have parents that are not really present and you feel the need to take care of your siblings. It's that kind of energy that we're getting, that you care so much for your family, but sometimes you might get a little bit neurotic. So maybe you're just overdoing it a little bit. Maybe you should just take a little bit of a rest. But although we're talking about maybe needing a little bit of rest, you are quite the dreamer as well, because we have Dream the World into Being, and we have the Expand into Wonder, another dream-like card. As you can see, this person is actually dreaming of a different future. This person is maybe even wondering if it would ever be possible to have a different life, or maybe you want something very bad that for now is just not possible yet. It feels like it's unreachable, like you can't get there. Especially because we have the forbidden fruit as well. It is down here, the forbidden fruit. It talks about really wanting something, but you feel like it is out of reach. It's impossible to get there. And because you think it's not attainable, you want it even more. So it might be that your home situation causes you to miss out on other things that you actually really would enjoy. And maybe even the idea that you need to solve everything for your work or for your family members causes you to overwork, to stress too much, to not have enough time to spend on yourself. Maybe you don't have enough time for self-care. Maybe you feel like your family holds you back within relationships with other people. Maybe you are so busy taking care of your family that you don't have enough time to spend with friends or to go to the club sometimes, to have a drink with other people sometimes. Maybe it is about dating, that you don't have a partner nor a significant other. And that's just because you are so busy taking care of others. You're so busy, maybe even just working very hard to get the money so you can provide for your family members. But yeah, I do see a lack. Well, there is a big need for control, and this control is really holding you back in life and in making your dreams come true. And this forbidden fruit, like we said, it feels like it's unattainable, but it doesn't mean that it's actually unattainable. So if you could let go of this compulsion or this behavior to trying to control things, you might be actually able to attain this forbidden fruit, to have a relationship, or maybe even to move to a different country because you've always dreamt of moving, or maybe you really want to go on a holiday or travel the world. Maybe that feels like it's unattainable because you feel like you have to care for your family members. But if you could let go a little bit of trying to manage everybody and everything, and maybe even let other people help you a little bit, it might be very much attainable to do these things, to travel, to hang out with other friends, to go on dates, to actually have a partner. But yeah, thank God this cycle is ending. I am very happy for you that you are learning to let go of this control a little bit. And I think that this will actually give you the opportunity to do a lot of fun things, maybe to get back in touch with your inner child a little bit, instead of maybe being forced to grow up very quickly. Now, let's take a look at what new things are entering your life and what good things are coming. So, we have Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. We have Buffalo Spirit with The Abundant Universe Will Provide. There we go. We have Koala Spirit with Spirit Has a Plan. There we go. Sorry, my camera is a little bit blurry sometimes. Even I can't control that, unfortunately. We also have the Obsidian with Sharp and Shadows. We have Amalite with Better with Time. We have Just Be Oats. And the last one we have for the new cycles, the new things that are coming, is Reuniting, Hereniging. So it might indicate that you will be reuniting with someone that you care about a lot. Whether this is a friend or a lover, or maybe even, it could be anybody really. So maybe your intuition will tell you who this person might be. It might also just be a hobby that you had to drop because you didn't have the time, or you couldn't, you felt like you didn't have enough time because you had to be, or you felt like you had to be with these people taking care of a business or taking care of other people. But as we can see, you are finally learning to just be, to let go of control a little bit, and to trust the universe and trust that if you need something, it will present itself in time. The abundant universe will provide. So if you want to go on a holiday, but you feel like you don't have anybody to take care of a business, or to take care of your children, or to take care of your parents, we see that you will finally trust that someone will offer to help, and that you will have someone to take care of the things that you will not be able to do yourself while you are away or while you are doing something else. So you will finally be able to trust the people that are coming in to help you, and to trust that you can have fun while they are taking care of your business. So there is a lot of happy energy, a lot of joyful energy, and a lot of rest, peace, and relaxation. Because you finally trust that Spirit has a plan and that Spirit is wanting to help you. Now, we can also see with Parrot Spirit, Watch Your Words, that you might be a little bit more careful about what you promise people or what you take on. Maybe you are finally learning how to say no. Maybe you are finally able to cut things out or cut people out that are taking advantage of you. Especially with this Sharp and Shadows as well. As you can see, you are cutting ties that are unhealthy. You are cutting out things that are not working for you. You might even decide that you want more of a life for yourself, that you can't babysit all the time, or that you can't work shifts that are like 9 or 10 hours, or work 2 jobs at the same time. Maybe you are talking to other people about the need for them to speak up, the need for not to speak up, but to step up. for the need for other people to just help you out with what you are doing in life so that you can have a life of your own. Because you deserve to have a life of your own. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to do more than just take care of others. And with time, I think this talks about this reunion with somebody. I think that it talks about this person getting even better with time, or maybe the relationship that you have with this person becoming even better than it was in the past. So I feel like you might be connecting with a lover from the past or a best friend from the past that now you can connect with even better, and that you finally have the time to hang out with them and do things that you both enjoy, instead of you constantly checking your phone, trying to get to know whether the people that you should be taking care of or your job is being handled well. You're just trusting that everything at home is fine. Everything at your job is fine, even if you are the boss yourself, that your co-workers will take care of anything. And you will just trust that you can have fun, do things that you actually enjoy, and that other people just will take care of it, and that you don't have to worry about that. So how lovely is that? You're ending a cycle of worrying. You're ending a cycle of just forcing yourself to overwork, to give too much. And you're finally learning to embrace the energies and to embrace your own life instead of living a life forced by others. You're maybe even deciding to go for something that you thought was unattainable just because now you have the time, or now you're finally able to say no to those things that you don't want to do. So a lot of healthy energy. Now, this was it for the ending cycles and the new things coming in. I wanted to use some more tarot cards just to see if we have any advice for this transition. So Spirit, what will help pile number 1 in this transition? Is there anything else that will help pile number 1 in this transition? Oops, these cards are a little bit big for tarot cards. Okay, that one. Maybe one more. Spirit, can we have one more? Okay, 2 more, I guess. Let's take a look. So the first one we have is Seek the Truth. And Seek the Truth, this is the 7, I think it's the 7 of, what was it? I think it's the 7 of Swords, but I'm not sure, because this tarot deck works a little bit differently, but I just might add that it looks very similar to this Sharp and Shadows card, or at least it makes me think of the same things. I think that this is the 7 of Swords, and it might talk about people taking advantage of you and you finally seeing that for what it is. Maybe other people are really liking the fact that you want to control things so they can hang out and do whatever they want, or they just trust that whenever they do something wrong that you'll take care of it anyway. And you're finally learning that if you're not trying to manage those things, they will do it themselves. They will take care of it themselves, but now it's just too easy for them. They can just do nothing and you will do it for them. So you're finally, or the advice is for you to just take a deep breath and let them do it themselves. Let them make the mistakes and let them clean up their own mistakes. You don't have to do that for them. Of course, it's not for every person in your life, but I think you know what people are actually taking advantage of your kindness. We also have awaiting results. It's the 7 of Pentacles. So this is something that will slowly grow on you. It won't be an overnight change. It might take some time. It is a learning process, learning to say no, learning to cut out things. It'll take time. Be kind to yourself while you are in this process, because it's not easy. And sometimes you do have like a little fallback or a little setback, and you might say yes to something that you don't like. But every opportunity is a new one. So try and make the right decision every time. And making a mistake once doesn't mean that all the other things are ruined as well. Let's see what the other two are. We also have teach. This is, I think it's the Hierophant in the normal tarot. And yeah, I think that you are learning so much, and I think that you will be, after you have learned this lesson, you will be able to teach people what you have learned, and maybe you will be able to teach the people that you are caring for now how to take care of themselves. So maybe that is why you get this card, that you should just explain them how they could do it themselves. Instead of micromanaging them, you could just stand back and let them do it themselves, or let them learn themselves. They don't have to do it at once. They don't have to be perfect immediately. But small steps, and finally you will be able to leave them and let them do it on their own. Whether it be friends taking care of someone else, maybe your co-workers being in the store for the first time alone with you not being there, maybe your children learning how to pick up their own clothes, maybe going to school alone for the first time. Could be anything, but teach the people that you are taking care of that they can do it on their own, but just do it in small steps. And I'm sorry, I have some trouble with my English. I think it's because I haven't been reading in a while, because there is a lot going on in my own life as well. I'm moving, lots of changes as well. But let's continue with the reading. The last card we have is Nurture, and this is the Empress. And this tells me that you really, really, really need to take good care of yourself. Self-care at this moment is very important. I feel like you have been neglecting your own needs, your own body, just because you feel like you have to take care of the situations going on in your life. But at the meantime, you yourself are kind of just not who you were. Not as happy as you were before, not as joyful as you were before, not as energized as you were before. I get the idea that you might be drinking a lot of coffee and you're still chronically fatigued. It's not helping anymore, and you're just drinking coffee to stay awake. Or maybe not even staying awake while you're just gulping down all those coffees or whatever it is. But yeah, there is a need to take very good care of yourself. Only then you will be able, or you just need to see yourself as more important, or at least just as important as other people. Otherwise, you will never be able to say no. You will never be able to cut those ties, because you deserve better than to be used for some chores, or you deserve better than just always having to take care of others just because you're afraid that they might leave you. So take good care of yourself. You are the most important person for yourself, because nobody else is going to put you first. So yeah, that was the last card for advice. So this brings me to the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would love to get a thumbs up. I hopefully will be posting a lot more videos soon, but I think it will have to wait until I have moved to my other place. And if you want, you can always subscribe to my channel and you will see the other videos. I will also be linking some more videos somewhere up here. And yeah, I hope you'll have a great day. Bye guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. If you chose the Tiger's Eye, this is going to be your reading. Now, I actually did make the 2 piles. We have one pile for the cycles that are ending, and we have the other pile with what is opening up for you, what new cycles are coming in. Let's take a look at the ending cycles first. So the first card for the ending cycles is Let Your Fears Dissolve, with the full moon in Cancer. We also have Step Into Your Power, with first quarter moon in Aries. Oops. We have Go For It, new moon in Aries, even more Aries energy. So a lot of fiery energy going on right now. We have recharge your destiny, labradorite. We have the only thing with clear quartz. We have distill yourself with time. And the last one for the ending cycles is intensity. So first I want to talk about these ending cycles, and after that we will be looking at the cycles that are opening up for you. But I thought it would be a little bit too much to try and do it all at the same time. Now, let's see what this all means. And the first thing that I got was that you have been going through some kind of awakening, or at least maybe even a dark night of the soul that you really want to get out of. Especially with this distill yourself, it feels like you didn't know where to go. You didn't know what your purpose was. You didn't know what you loved to do. Maybe you had a lot of questions about who am I, what do I want, and you were sorting these things out in the past cycle. And I think that you finally found out what your passion is, or what your purpose is, and you have been going after it with huge passion, with huge intensity. You have stepped into your power. You have fully gone ahead with this new course that you have found, especially with the only thing as well. It feels like once you found out that this was your purpose, it was like one straight line to the finish that you were going on. You only wanted to focus on this new purpose, and yeah, I think everything else just had to stand a little bit on the sideline. I think that's the energy that you are in. And I think that before you came to the conclusion that this was your purpose, you had to work through a lot of fear. So I think that the last cycle, you have learned a lot about fears that you had, and that they actually weren't helping you, and that they didn't really have a purpose in your life, and that they were only holding you back. So I want to applaud you for all these great things that have happened in the last cycle. You finding out what your passion is, you finding out what you want to do with your life, and actually finding out what your destiny is, especially with Recharge Your Destiny. So you have been going inwards a lot, you have found where you want to go, and you are in that Aries energy, going for it, stepping into that power and just charging right ahead like that bull. But I think that you might already see a little bit of a problem here. Like I said, it's like the Taurus energy, or the Aries energy, the Aries energy, really charging ahead. And it's like you have blindfolds on, or at least you have like those hoods for horses that they just can't see, that they will just blindly go straight ahead and just not question anything. And it feels like maybe you have put those, what are they called? I'm not sure. But I think that you have put on like those little things that you can just look straight ahead. I think that you maybe want to reach the end. You want to reach the finish line so bad that you're kind of neglecting to have fun in the meantime, or to enjoy other things as well. And I think that you're finally ending the cycle of just charging straight ahead and not looking or not waiting and looking at the beautiful scenery at the meantime, or enjoying other things as well in the meantime. And yeah, I feel like that's something that you will be learning, but we can't see that just yet because we haven't seen these oracle cards. But let's see what these oracle cards will say, because we have seen what cycle you are ending. You have finally found your purpose, so you are ending this inwards energy, and you are actually going straight ahead to what you want with your life. Now, for the new things entering your life, or the new things coming, we have new moon in Pisces with attune to the divine. We have lost quarter moon in Scorpio with reveal what needs to be seen. We have Speak your world into being with first quarter moon in Gemini. We have ebb and flow, moonstone. We have clear, choose your initiation with emerald. So a heart chakra stone. We have cyclicity with elderberry. And the last one we have for the new things you are opening up to is onafhankelijkheid. This means independence. And I feel like my camera, yeah, this is a little bit better. So independence. And before we start with what this all means, I feel like you can clearly see a big difference in the colors actually. Because on this side we have a lot of red, a little fire energy. And on this side we have a lot of blue and a little bit of green. So a lot of water and earth energy. So I feel like this was a very quick, a very focused energy. And this is more of a softer, less intense energy that you will be in. And I think that this message was actually pretty clear. There is one strong message that wanted to come out, and that is that you will be getting a little bit more in your divine feminine energy. This energy of going for it, stepping into your power is a very masculine energy, a very active energy. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like the emperor energy. Whilst this energy is more of the empress energy, a more feminine energy. It's talking about going with the flow, about cyclicity, as we see down here with the elderberry. It's about we have different phases in life. We have time for doing and we have a time for resting. And I see you balancing these energies out very well in the next cycles. And maybe you had a little bit of trouble with balancing rest and work in the previous cycle just because you were so happy that you finally found your calling, you finally found your purpose. And now you're realizing that following your purpose is always fun, but you don't want to get burnt out. You need to take some rest sometimes in order to actually work more effectively. Sometimes it's better to take some rest and then continue later on when you have more energy. It will be better for you, and it might even get the work done much quicker. And I think that you will finally be getting more in touch with your divine feminine, as well as the messages that the divine are giving to you. I think that you finally will, or you will have a greater sense of what they want from you or what you are supposed to do. I don't think that everybody has to do something with spirituality, not at all. But I feel like everybody does have a very important purpose, and that you might be getting more details if you'd actually take that time to sit still and receive more information. I think that you had the first message and you wanted to go for it straight ahead. And after that, you weren't really open to receive more information that will be coming in and that you will be getting pretty soon. So there is a need for you to attune to the divine, maybe meditate a little bit, and you will actually get more information. Spirit will reveal what you need to know. They will reveal more information to you about your purpose. And with this card right here, Speak Your World into Being, I see you doing a little bit of a manifesting ritual. Maybe you are manifesting this beautiful future that you want, and you are manifesting things. Instead of working really, really hard, you are using your intention and just trusting that wanting something actually attracts it. Maybe just doing a little ritual, whether it is every day or maybe even just once a month. It doesn't matter how many times. Just you having the intention, you wanting something actually already attracts it to you. So we see a less forceful energy when it comes to what you want out of life, and it will come into your life anyway, but you will be less stressed and you will just have more time to enjoy other things as well, while you are actually doing just as much as you were doing whilst you were really, really trying hard. But we see you embracing your rest now and actually embracing just doing nothing sometimes, because that's good for you too. Now we also have choose your initiation. So I feel like you will be doing some new things soon. I think that this new information might lead you to try new things. And maybe you will become a member of a group. I can kind of see you entering a group of people, maybe forming a new alliance with people, or maybe entering a friendship with people that you have never met before by going after your passions, or even just enjoying your spare time. But I see a lot of new people entering your life in this cycle. And last but not least, we have independence. And I feel like this might be something that you have been working on really hard, trying to gain your independence, maybe getting rid of loans, or maybe moving out with maybe your family members, trying to have something for your own, maybe trying to buy a house. And we can see that happening in the next cycle. Maybe you will be starting your own business, being independent of other people, like other bosses, becoming your own boss. And yeah, I mean, you will be independent if you want. You will have your own home, maybe start your own business, but we do see this independence coming in for you in the next cycle. Now, that was it for the things entering your life and the things ending. I want to use some tarot cards to get some advice on how to get these new beginnings or have these new cycles coming in. Oh wow. I just got goosebumps by just reading what that message said. I don't know if you guys can see it just yet, but wow. This is pretty fun, I must add. Okay, so let's see what we have. I thought I had 3 cards, but we actually do have 4 cards, and I wanted 4, so that's great. Oh, we actually have 5. So the first one we have is balance. It's the Temperance card in the other tarot. So there is a need for balance. There is a need for the balance between work and rest, achieving and playtime. Like, there is a need to balance those things out. And I feel like in this old cycle, you did have a lot of trouble with that. So try to slow yourself down a little bit. Try to take some time to smell the roses. That's the energy that you should be embracing right now. We also have heal. And I'm not quite sure which card this is in the usual tarot. But yeah, I think heal is very self-explanatory. I mean, it's time for you to give yourself some self-love, to spend some time on yourself, give yourself some self-care, maybe take a long shower, take a bath, make some food that you really enjoy. Just take some time off of going towards your goal, because doing nothing is not going to hold you back. Sometimes it's just needed for you to go forward even faster. We also have daydreams and decisions. So we can see that you are actually deciding what steps to take to actually reach what you want to reach. So you will be getting more information with the reveal what needs to be seen. You will be getting more information about how to get these dreams to become reality. What choices do I have to make to reach my dreams? How do I reach this purpose? I have to take road 1 or road A or road B. And you will only make that decision once you have this very clear information on where to go next. So don't just charge ahead. Take some time to get that information before you choose whether to go road A or road B. We also have joy and stability. I think this is the 4 of Wands. And it just I mean, I've repeated myself very much with you just telling you that you have to enjoy your life a little bit more. Have some more fun. The stability will come. Trust that this stability, this independence will come. But enjoy your time while you are working towards it. It's important to have fun. It's important to do things that you love besides working on your goals. And the last one we have is flow. And again, I mean, I have said this a lot. Go with the flow, the cyclicity of life. You need some rest and you need to work and you need to have that right balance. But it's important for you to go with that flow. If you feel tired, there is a need for rest. It's not that if you feel tired, you have to push against it or you have to drink some extra caffeine or man up or whatever you would say to yourself. If you feel tired, take that time out because you need it. Your body is not telling you that because it's stupid. It's telling you that because you really, really do need it. And there is enough time for you to just take a rest sometimes. So yeah, that was the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. I will be posting a lot more videos in the future, but for now I will probably be focusing on taking a little bit rest myself. I will be moving to a different apartment soon, so I have a lot of things going on in my life right now, and I think that it's time for me to take that little bit of rest as well. If you want to see any other videos that I have already posted, I will be posting a link somewhere. And yeah, if you want to subscribe, I would love for you to do that. I will be doing personal readings as well. And if you're interested, I will have a link in the description box as well. But for now, this is it. And I hope you will have a great time. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 3. If you chose the beautiful Apatite, this is going to be your reading. So on the left, we have the cycles that are ending, and on the right, we have the things that you are opening up to, the things that are coming into your life. So I wanted to start with the cycles that are ending. Let's take a look. So the first card we have is Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? We also have the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. We also have play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Let's see if we're gonna have enough space for every card. But then we have Peridot with so much life in you. There you go, with all the cute animals. We have Carnelian with Get Curious. We have Raspberry with Create Space. And you actually got 2 of these cards. The other groups only got 1. We have Self-Love. And we have Destruction. Oof. Let me zoom out a little bit so we have a little bit more space to put your cards. Maybe I can move them up a little bit because I want you to see all the cards, not just the top row. There we go. I think it's a little bit better now. Yeah, there we go. So, what does this all mean? What cycles are ending in your life? I get the feeling that you have been traveling a lot, or that you have been, yeah, especially traveling. Maybe you have moved to a new place, or you have traveled, just made a whole tour around the world, especially with this Carnelian as well, because we can see the globe in the background. With Get Curious, we can see you might be just exploring the world, exploring different aspects of yourself, of your life, of the world. We can see you having a lot of fun, hanging out with friends, not taking life so seriously. So maybe some of you have actually made like a whole road trip alone, like backpacking to some country or like a whole tour around maybe South America or North America, or maybe just Asia, like a part of Asia. Asia is very big. I recognize that. But yeah, we can see that you have been traveling a lot. You have been exploring a lot, exploring your world a lot, exploring different worlds a lot, different cultures a lot. And you have gotten in touch with yourself and with what you actually want out of life. I feel like you have really made this trip to get to know yourself and to find yourself. Maybe before this trip you weren't sure about what you wanted out of life and what you did want. And I think that you have kind of learned now what you actually want to do, what the road is for you moving forward. And I think that your energy is really boosted in the last cycle. I'm not sure how long this cycle is. This cycle has been, I think, different lengths for everybody depending on your own journey. But you have found yourself and you have learned the things that you actually like and the things that you might not really like. And you have found self-love. So you have finally started to appreciate yourself and maybe the world as well a little bit more. But there is a big but. So we have this beautiful energy of traveling and getting to know new things, exploring, being curious about the world. But we can also see the ever unfolding rose and destruction. So maybe during this trip something happened that really crushed you, or after this trip something happened that really crushed you. I think that there has been quite a rude awakening, whether this has to do with a partner or this has to do with someone that you love, like a family member or a good friend. But something happened during this trip, and I think that you really needed to go back home because we already have this create space. Like going back home, going to the people that you know, finding comfort where you come from, and just maybe just working through the things that have happened and really trying to rebalance yourself, recalibrate yourself. So that cycle is ending. I think that the traveling part has ended for a while now. Of course, it won't be the same for everybody, but this destruction might have happened quite recently, and I think that you're still trying to move on from this huge destruction that happened in your life. But rest assured, this cycle is ending, so there is not going to be any more destruction in the near future. But that was it for the energies that are ending, the cycles that are ending. Now, let's take a look at the things that you are opening up to, the things that are entering your life. And let's hope that that destruction is not going to come back anymore. So let's take a look. We have Priestess with how are you being called to step up and lead. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. We have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I'm sorry, it's still focusing on the other card. There we go. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So you are supported. I think that's the biggest message. You are supported. This all happened for a reason. Now, let's continue with the other cards. We also have Emerald. Choose your initiation. So we have initiation twice. We have Garden Quartz. There are worlds within you. We have Marshmallow, a spoonful of sugar. There we go. And we have Control. So what does this all mean? I think that you have been through a lot with this destruction, and maybe you have actually realized that this happened for a reason, especially with this ever unfolding rose. It's happening for you, not to you. So maybe you realize that it is just a part of that path, and it was necessary to lead you to your purpose. And with this initiation, we can see that you're actually heading to the good stuff. Although you might still be in this destruction energy, in this very dark energy, you are actually moving to this brighter light, to this brighter passage that you're heading to. And you're actually really close. And I think that the way to get there is actually to realize that you have more control than you think, and that it is time for you to step up and lead, to take control over your own life and to take control over the things that might be happening. And this control might just be in a way of adding a little sugar everywhere you go. So try to make everything that you're doing just a little bit better. It doesn't have to be like a whole change of the whole world. Like, you don't have to make something that's not fun, like very enjoyable. But if you just make it a little bit better, and all these little bits better are ending up to just making this day a lot better in the end. So I feel like by making little changes, by just adding a little sugar with everything you do, you could make the whole world a lot better. And we can also see that you might just need to acknowledge that the things that have happened are creating your future. That whatever destruction happened is now a part of you, and it has created a new person, a new you. And this was for the better. You have learned new lessons from this destruction. You have learned to be a better person because of it. You have learned how to handle a situation like that. So now you might even be able to teach other people that are going through the same situations. And I can't speak about what this situation was. I think it will be different for everybody. But I do want to say that Spirit is really proud of you for handling it so well. And they want to let you know that you are supported. They are standing right beside you, trying to help you towards this light and just to encourage you with sweet words along the way. But yeah, like we said, it is now just a new part of you, and it's something that you should just, or not just try to accept, but I think it might take some time to accept, but it is a good thing to accept what has happened, to acknowledge it and not try to ignore what happened. But there is a big focus in the next chapter of your life on leading, on stepping up, and you choosing this initiation. So maybe you are in the dark right now and you're not sure where to head. So it's time for you to take control, find that pinpoint of I want to go that direction, and just stick it through, follow that path. Trust that you are guided, trust that they are supporting you, and just get going, walk this path, and trust that everything will get better. Maybe you have a companion with you, maybe an animal companion. We can see this animal companion over here, but we can see a lot of animals over here here as well. So it might be that you are quite the animal lover, or that you see a lot of synchronicities regarding animals. Maybe, for example, this squirrel, when I'm walking through the park, I usually see a lot of squirrels, although squirrels are not that common over here. So I always see it as a sign. It could also be with black ravens, for example. Black ravens have a strong connection with the other side. So maybe if you see black ravens, you could think of them as your spirit guides. Maybe foxes are a sign of being more playful. So try, maybe if you see those things happening in your life, maybe you can just Google it and see what it means that this animal's entering your life. It might just be a sign or a piece of guidance in your world. So yeah, this cycle is ending and you are going to a much better place. You are called to step up, and you will be stepping up in the next chapter of your life. Maybe you will be embodying this true goddess energy. I feel like you guys are, whether you are male or female, you are embodying this very with a strong intuition, very spiritual, very guided and secure energy. Like, I know where I'm going. Nobody can get me off this path. I'm just going for it. Nobody can stop me now. After all that has happened, they can't scare me anymore. I'm just going where I want to go. Now, let's take a look at advice. So I'm taking out this deck. It's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And I want to see if Spirit has any advice for you, pile number 3. Let's take a look. Okay. We have a lot of cards. I hope I'm not messing up this layout. So we have the 9 of Cups with dreams coming true. So just trust that if you walk this path, you can make your dreams come true. You can go to a place that you are truly happy, you're truly enjoying your life. We also have Embrace, the card number 21. It's the World card in the usual tarot. So it does talk about a big ending of a cycle. So this really was like a whole ending of a chapter of your life. You're entering a completely different energy. We also have Rebuild, and this is the Tower in tarot. So it might really indicate that this destruction was something very, very major that happened in your life. For example, a death of someone that you really loved, or someone that you really loved that got like really sick and you had to get home to take care of them. It might be that you lost your job, something very, very significant. But just realize that it happened for you, not to you. It's not meant to really ruin your life. You should, I know it's hard, but you might be able to see it as a blessing, because a foundation can't crumble if it is stable. So this might just indicate that the foundation that you had wasn't really stable in the beginning. So it's time to build something new. And building this new thing will come with a lot of guidance from the other realm. We can see this in the card Trust Your Path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And we can see it in this Crown Chakra card. It's actually an extra in this deck. And the Crown Chakra has to do with the divine, connecting with the divine, intuition. So you will be getting a lot of instinctual hits, like or not instinctual, like intuitional hits. Like, you know where you are guided, you know where you should go. It might be a scary path, but you know that this is the path that you were meant to go on. Trust this path. And the last card we have is the 9 of, I think it's the 9 of Wands, but I'm not 100% sure. But it says rest and reconsider, but it's in reverse. So it might indicate that now is the time to take action on this new chapter. This is the time to take control of your life and to start following this intuition, and maybe just try to work through that fear that might be holding you back at this moment. Trust that you are supported. Trust that it might not be easy, but you are going exactly where you are supposed to be headed. So yeah, this was the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so by clicking on the subscription button over here. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys. Hello my lovely pal number 4. If you chose this red crystal that I believe is red coral, but I'm not really sure, it could also be like carnelian or something like that, but if you chose this crystal, this is going to be your reading. Now, I did already lay out the cards. We have the cycles that are ending on this side, and we have the things that you are opening up to on the other side. So let's take a look. Let's start with what is ending. So the first card we have is a time to give rather than take. We also have hold your vision with fixed moon. And we have nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. Ooh. We also have Imperial Topaz with you live in abundance. You have what are you becoming with the amber. We have Lady's Mantle with fortitude. Oops. And the last one we have is life's purpose. So, what does this mean? The first thing that I notice is that the card, a time to give rather than take, has come up. And to me, this indicates that maybe the past few weeks or months even, you have had to invest a lot of energy in other people. You had to spend a lot of time with people, maybe hang out with other people, help other people, maybe be like some kind of therapist for them, but then in a friend size form, like a friend form, like you are their best friend. So you had to listen to people talk about their lives and you had to help them a lot. Or maybe you had to physically help family members or friends with specific things. For example, helping people move, or could be anything really. But you have been spending a lot of energy on other people and that cycle is ending. So you might have more time for yourself in the near future. And maybe because you have been so busy with helping other people, you didn't have much time to work on your own vision. And it might have even felt like you are not able to reach your own goals because you were held back by these other people needing your energy, needing your time, needing your help. And I think that you will be able to spend a lot more time on your vision, on your purpose, and that you will actually be able to start building this future that you actually wanted to build, but you didn't have any time for. We also have you live in abundance with Imperial Topaz, and it might look like you had a lot of abundance in the last cycle, so the last few weeks or months. Maybe you had a lot of money, or maybe I feel like you had a lot of material wealth. You were able to buy a lot of things. Maybe you had you had to spend a lot of time at your job. Maybe you got more money for it, but at the same time you already know that this job is not something that you want to do forever. It is just temporarily to get you where you want to go. And although this job might give you a lot of money, it's not worth it. You know that it's not worth it. You know the money is fun, the extra money is fun, but yeah, in the end, it's not going to propel you forward. So I feel like this cycle of having a little bit more money to spend because you have been working so hard was fun, but you'd rather have a little less but be working on your true purpose, because we also have purpose as your card. We have life's purpose. So you already know what you want to do. You already know where you want to go. You already know what you want to become. And maybe that is something that you have learned in the past months, and you are finally able to grow this life's purpose. You are finally able to work towards this life's purpose that you have recently found. And like we can see with this fortitude card, you I think you have finally built a stable foundation to work from, that you finally have that money, you finally have a stable home situation, and now you can start working on what you actually want to build instead of just living just living, actually, like not really following something that you really enjoy. But that is all about to change. So let's take a look at what is coming into your life. What are you opening up to? The first card we have is the end of a tough cycle approaches with full moon in Capricorn. We also have believe in the impossible with a blue moon. And we have meditate and contemplate with new moon in Pisces. There we go, a little bit more space. Then we have black tourmaline with transmutation. We have expand into wonder with amethyst. Oh, I really like these cards already. And I really like the energy. We also have remembrance with rosemary. And the last one we have is communication. And the yin yang sign. So a sign of more balance. So balance is going to be entering your life. Now, let's start with the top row with the end of a tough cycle approaches. Because to me, this seems of a period of working really hard is ending. So you might have a little less to spend in the upcoming cycle, but at the same time, you get it back in time to spend on things that you truly enjoy. Time to spend on yourself, maybe having fun with friends. Time spent with your family members, having a barbecue, for example. Those are the energies that are present in the near future, in your next cycle. Just being able to breathe out, to relax, and to enjoy a little bit. And time to meditate a little bit more. So time to get more in touch with your own body and with spirit. Because I feel like you have been working so hard that you might have lost a little bit of touch with the spiritual realm and just with trusting that whatever unfolds is in your best interest. Although you have really found your life's purpose, I feel like you weren't really able to spend a lot of time on pursuing that life's purpose. And now you have the time to work on that and to do what you love. And this communication might even indicate that when you meditate, you will get more information on how to work towards your life's purpose, how to get it going, how to really build this thing that you want in your life. And with transformation, we can see transmutation talks about turning one thing into something else. So maybe this money will be turned into something that you truly desire. So for example, maybe you really like to have your own garden. You can spend this money on building this garden with all of these vegetables that you are very passionate about and growing your own food. Maybe you want to live off grid and you have worked really hard to make it possible for you to start your own community and help and ask your friends to join you in your community. That's the kind of change that is coming. So you have spent a lot of energy on one thing, but now it will be transmutated into something completely different. And the changes are going to be so big that you might not even believe that it's actually happening. It might be very hard for you to actually comprehend the amount of changes and just how massive they are. Because with believe in the impossible, something is going to happen that you might have never seen coming. But it is going to be a positive thing that is going to happen. So get prepared for a lot of good things entering your life. And with expand into wonder, I think it's a kind of the same energy of really getting the life of your dreams. You haven't even imagined that this is going to be this huge. Like, you have only dreamed about these things. You didn't even think this could ever be a reality for anyone. But this is going to be your reality. And With remembrance, I can get two different things. It might be that you were getting a lot of deja vus, like having had like foresight. I think it's called foresight, that you had dreams and now you can actually see like, oh wow, I dreamed about this and now it's actually happening. And it might be like an actual dream that you had, that once you are living your day to day and you're like, oh wow, I've seen this before, and this, I know what to do now because I know what I did in the dream. That's the kind of energy that we're getting. But the energy that I'm also getting, and this might not be for everybody, with the communication and remembrance, it might be that someone is coming back into your life, someone that you haven't spoke to in a long time. So this might be a counterpart that you haven't spoken in a long while, especially with this yin-yang sign in the communication. I kind of get that counterpart energy that will be communicating with you, and you held a lot of fun memories with this person with remembrance. So these are the two different interpretations. Maybe you feel like only one is meant for you. Maybe both of them really, you feel like both of them resonate with you. Take them as they resonate. But I do see a beautiful future coming in. I do see a lot of positive shifts coming in. Maybe you won't be as wealthy as you are now, or maybe you won't have as much money as you have now. But I do see you being a lot happier, having a lot more time to do what you like to do most. So that was it for the cycles ending and the new things coming into your life. Now I'm going to use the tarot to get some advice or to get some more information. So let's take a look. The first card we have is Control. This is the Strength card. Let's see what else we have. Can we get more information or advice? Spirit for pile number 4. I think it's very funny that when I was shuffling the cycles that you are opening up to, they were coming out very slow, and I feel like that has to do with you just not needing to force things anymore, not needing to hurry anymore. And Spirit's just here to tell you that you should take your time. You should not hurry about these things. You shouldn't worry about those things. They'll come when the time is right. Okay. We have a lot of similar cards to pile number 3 in these tarot cards, actually. So maybe you felt drawn to pile number 3 as well. Okay. There we go. And maybe one more. Okay, there we go. So, what do we have? We have Control. This is Strength. We have Dreams coming true with the 9 of Cups. We have Embrace with the World. Then we have Flow, and I believe this is the... I'm not sure. I think it's the Moon, but don't... Or maybe Temperance. I'm not completely sure, so don't take my word for it. We're just going to interpret it with the picture and the term. And we have Reach Out with the 3 of Wands. So, what can we see and what does it mean? I think that the Control, the Strength card, came up to show you that you have more control over your own life than you think. Maybe you feel like you had to work this 9-to-5 job to pay the bills and to have the life that is best for you. And Strength comes up that you have the power to change everything in your world. You have the power to live this life of your dreams. And it doesn't have to be that hard. You just have to have the courage to make these changes. Especially with the 9 of Cups next to it. So you have the strength to make your dreams come true. the Nine of Cups with dream coming true. It also talks about like having what you want, but not only monetarily, like not money wise, but really living a life that you enjoy, that you're really passionate about, that you love, living the life that you love. So you have the strength to build this life that you love. And you can build it by ending the cycle that you are in. The Embrace card, the World card, talks about the ending of a cycle. So you have to be, maybe you have to be strong enough to quit this job and to go for this dream that you have, this purpose that you know is there, but you might be a little bit afraid to act on. But ending this cycle of hard work for a lot of money, but not really nurturing you, not really giving you that pleasure that you actually want. It might be time to end that and just bring yourself into balance, because we have flow. This talks about balance and going with the flow, following your intuition. And this goes very well with this meditate and contemplate energy. It talks about balancing out the energies, really intuitively feeling like, what should I do next? What would be the best steps to head towards this goal? And maybe one of these steps might include reaching out to an old friend, especially because we had remembrance and communication. And now we also have reach out. So maybe it talks about working together with people that you care about, reaching out, asking for help, reaching out maybe to ask them if they want to work together. It might also just be that extra message of someone is coming in, maybe a counterpart is coming in. They are going to reach out once you are following this new path, once you are in balance and you are aligned with this purpose. So a lot of positive energy, and maybe someone very significant might be coming into your life soon. But first you have to make some changes and start walking the path of your purpose and connect with your intuition and follow what your intuition is trying to tell you. So yeah, that was the end of the reading for you, my lovely pile number 4. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would love to get a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell over here. If you want a personal reading, I also do those. I have a link in the description box. If you want to donate or anything like that, you are free to do so, but I'm definitely not forcing anyone to give more than they want or not give anything at all. That's totally fine. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you will have a very happy future. So yeah, bye guys.